So I was telling my brother, I was like, imagine me reading biblically accurate, then gently. What's up, everybody? How's your day going? It's Sunday afternoon here now, and I'm having a very chill weekend. Yesterday, I went to the market to find to do something I really love doing, book shopping. And there's a second-hand bookstore. They're like tucked in away in one corner of the street, and it's so interesting. Like every time I go there, I'm always in awe about how massive their collection is, and it's filled with so much dust, and I have to like sort through a lot of things. But so far, I think the owner has been really intensively organizing, so it looks way better and more organized, for me. This time around, I went there. Yes, my holiday is missing too because my dad, who was my introduction to books and literature and all of that. Like I went to the market and I came back, his son was like that. You got the goodies, and then he selected like two books that he felt would be interesting for him to read. So I let him have it to read. So I'll when he's done, we can be exchanging like all this kind of stuff. So, anyways, it's just two books. This is the majority of what I got. Um, so I want to talk about the books and why I got some of them. Like just introduce you to the book. So the first thing I want to say is like I'm getting into hobbying this year, and I have gotten clay, learning how to knit. I've not conquered crochet completely, but I am very familiar with it, so it's fun for me. And now at the bookstore, I saw this picture puzzle, and I have decided that this is what my brain is going to enjoy for the next how many months. Also, I think it will be fun to have when I have people over, to introduce them to my puzzle. Like we can do it together, yeah. So anyway, puzzle game. Picture. This is the picture. Oh, this is what I'm supposed to create here. You can see it's complete here. This is what I'm supposed to put together. I wanted to start it yesterday, but I was so tired. Like I was fagged out. I was tired. Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh more. If I start now, I'll make it to. So when you start, you have to be very spread out, please, open place, so that you don't whatever, so I don't miss any piece. So anyway, this is a whole bunch of this. So exciting, yeah. I want to start from my literary picks. Okay, so I've been classic literature, yeah, everything is literature, but like classic literature. So I'm really obsessed with stocking up on the classics, yeah, because I feel like if I had attended an arts class in secondary school instead of picking science, I would have, you know, been like made to engage with stuff like this, which is something I've always wanted to do. And but here we are. Anywhere we begin is where we begin. So like I'm going to start for my literary picks, the ones I found when I was there. This time I did focus on getting poetry books because I already have it, and I got it last time from another place here. But let me get like other literary pieces books. So the first thing that I got was this. The first thing I got was the Golden Ass. Um, is this Aru Leos? Is this Aruleus? So this is translated by Jack. This was translated by Jack Lindsay, and the name is familiar to me. I've heard this name somewhere. Okay, no, it's not really. It's Apuleius. Apuleius. So the golden ass, and when I read it, it's not something that I would. I don't feel like it's something. It's something very. You can't shove it into a genre, but it's kind of like fairy tale esque, you know. The summary at the back goes: the tale of Lucius or Golden Ass has been a favorite one since the second century AD, and its fame is equal to that of the Cameron on Don Quixote. Lucius, a gay and viral young man. Now, I mean, I know that gay in this concept means a very happy person, outgoing personality, but what if it means he's also queer? Like, what is also queer? But something I saw made me realize that okay, he's not queer. It's just like personality description. A gay and viral young man goes to stay in a strange town and has an affair with his host's beautiful maid servant. His hostess is said to be a witch, and Lucius, overcome with fatal curiosity, watches her turn herself into a bird. Wishing to do the same, he rubs himself with the magic ointment, but to his horror, he's transformed into an ass. Ass here means donkey, please too. And stolen by thieves before he can get hold of the antidote, a rose. In its ass form, he has a long series of adventures, comical, satirical, dangerous, amorous, and always entertaining. He's often beaten and ill-treated, and is several times in danger of being killed. To his embarrassment, a old lady falls in love with him and proves to have greater appetite even than an ass. Finally, with the aid of the goddess Venus or Isis, he succeeds in eating a wreath of roses and becomes a human being again. The text of this entertaining book is fast, and the story and characters are vivid. Jacqueline's translation brings out the rich sensual tone of the original and the frank and realistic imagery of Apollo's style. The story of the Golden Ass is sure to delight all its readers, whether regarded as a fable of man's life or merely as an amusing tale. Okay, this is so interesting because I just realized now that this is a story about a donkey, man in a donkey for now. And I recently I rewatched Shrek, like part one. And in rewatching Shrek part one just made me realize how much donkey was central to the story. When I was much, much younger, and other times I've rewatched it in the past, I never saw Donkey as this important facet of the story. In fact, Donkey's love is eventually what saves Shrek. You get, and his love for Shrek, is what inspires Shrek to also be in touch with his emotions enough to what save his princess Fiona that he loves. Yeah. So like it's just like Donkey's overflow and abundance of love was what smoothed over the emotional repression and despair of what would have been a tragic tale between Shrek and Fiona. I don't know if that makes sense, but like Donkey is so central to the story, and it was before, like I used to just laugh at Eddie Murphy's line deliveries, yeah, but now it wasn't much laughter. It was more of wow, oh my god, this is so touching, this is so emotional, this is so emotionally mature. Like I love this so much. So me buying a book, I really wanted to put it down. Oh, I said I wanted to put it down, but I was like, I can't let this go because the our second-hand books is that if you drop them down, when will I come out of the house again? When will I have this inspiration to come out of the house again? So another person might have bought it and they don't stock things in doubles like all these traditional bookshops where they sell new books. So anyways, so that's like almost 10 minutes on this one book. Let's go to the next one. Donkey by Apuleius. Next one, Dante the Divine Comedy. Now, before everybody starts going up in the comments, like the point is like me, I've not read it, okay. I have watched iterations of it in movies over the years, guy. Like even cartoons. I think there was one animation about Dante, some Dante's Inferno and all of that. So yeah, oh my god, look at what it looks like. Wow. So Dante, the Divine Comedy. Look at the cover art. The cover art is so beautiful. I love it. It's so enlivening. Oxford World's classics. Yeah, like I said, a classic. Translated by C.H. Season. Already my desire and my will were being turned like a wheel, all at one speed by the love which moved the sun and all that stars paradiso. The poem is a spiritual autobiography in journey form. The poet travels from the dark circles of the inferno up the mountains of purgatory where Virgil, his guide, leads him to encounter Beatrice in the earthly paradise. Dante conceived the poem as epic, as a new epic of Christendom, and he creates a world in which reason and faith have transformed moral and social chaos into order. Okay, there is things of religion here. So now that I'm very the cloak of religion and the veil of religion is completely off of my head and my brain and my faculties, I feel like I would enjoy reading this as a neutral observer and just enjoy. Just want to like, so for this one to say I've read the classics, but guy, the way I have been reading has been so intentional. Yeah, like now I make notes, I pause, I wait for things to just settle in my brain before I go on, so there is no rush to complete it. And it's like, this is how many pages book, but like that saying that is so popular when they're like, and people are like, oh, there's so many books to read, so many places to see, so many foods to eat, so many wonderful experiences to have, and there's not enough time. And then I don't know if it's connected, but somebody, like, there was not a reply that the time's going to pass anyway, so just do it. So I think that is what I'm going to approach this my purchase with. The time will pass anyway, so like I might as well just do it. This is the third classic. There's the one that one of the books that my dad took is Poet or The Myth of the Poet, and that was by Charles Segal with Orpheus as a subject matter. So I don't have E.Ts with my dad, so yeah, that's the other one I'm so eager to read. But this one I found it, since that guy, since the book owner arranged his shop and all of that, Aristophanes or Aristophanes, Lysistrata slash the Arcanians, the clouds. So look at the cover. I've never heard of it, but I think I've heard this thing. Lysistrata. Okay, so I'm learning Latin here. Random. I'm learning Latin, and I learned that the Y in Latin is actually doesn't exist. It's actually borrowed in from Greek. So and it's pronounced as E. Yeah. So lysis, and R is always rolled, and which is something I don't have the ability to do very well. Maybe if I practice more. So this is Lysistrata. Lysistrata. I hope I did not butcher it. Anyways, the Arcanians, the cloud. The cover art is actually pretty. It looks like one of those wall paintings you find at historical sites. So let's read the back. Considered by Alan H. Sommerstein, Aristophanes C4447 to C385 BC, a contemporary of Socrates, was the last and greatest of the old Attic comedians. Okay, so this is a comedy, I think. Only 11 of his plays survive, and this volume contains the Sistrata, the hilariously bawdy anti-war fantasy, the Arcanians, a plea for peace set against the background of the long war with Sparta, and the Clouds, a satire on contemporary philosophy. Right at the time when Athens was undergoing a crisis in its social attitudes, Aristophanes, sorry if I'm not pronouncing correctly, was an eloquent opponent of the demagogue and sophist, and his comedy revealed a deep sympathy and longing for the return of the peaceful and honesty of life. Yeah, and I'm reading it, my heart's like softening for some reason, you know. Now that I've seen the word sophist, I have this book, Sophie's World. Yeah. And I'm seeing sophist here, so I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have to brush up on what being a sophist means. It might be straightforward, but like I just want to know clearly so that when I'm going into reading it, what I'm reading it, I'll be getting a sense of where he's coming from and what his motivations and leanings, philosophical leanings are. But anyways, too much words. But yeah, my classic literature, part of the purchase. So this is my literature set. Um, yeah. When I picked this book, when I went to pay for it, she was telling me that it's a biography sort of an autobiography, and I was like, no bro, this is a novel. you know the title of the book is Family. The Los Angeles Times book review blurb is, many novels have been written about slavery, but this one is original, stirring, vividly personal, and painfully intense. This book is written by J. California Cooper. Americans and their weird name. There's just praise for it at the back, and it feels like I'm going in the way I went into Revolutionary Road. Okay, so about the author, J. Katrina Cooper is the author of three collections of stories, Some Soul to Keep, Homemade Love, The Recipient of 1969 American Cooper, and Peace of Mind, as well as 17 plays, many of which have been produced and performed. Where was I? And The Peace of Mind, as well as 17 plays, many of which have been produced and performed on stage, public television, radio, and college campuses. Her plays have also been anthologized, and in 1970 was named Black Playwright of the Year for Stranger, which was performed by San Francisco Palace of Fine Arts. Among her numerous awards are the James Baldwin Writing Award 1988 and Literary Lion Award from the American Library Association 1988. Miss Cooper lives in a small town in Texas and is the mother of the daughter Paris Williams. Sorry. Okay, I'm so happy this was not written by a man. I'm so happy this was written by a woman of color. I didn't know any of this. I was like, this is my first time, but like, the script is very large. The script is very large for the page, yeah, and the pages are filled. Like I think it's well spaced out, so you have the illusion that like it's not much, but there are a lot of pages here. I'm telling the story. Like I'm seeing chapter 17, 221. So 200 pages is not a joke. 200 pages is not a joke. 231. That's a lot. But that's not how I judge books. So this, like when I was going to search for books this time, I didn't go to with the idea of making a video about them in mind. Yeah. Usually I do that. When I select books, I'm like, oh, if I make videos about this, it will be interesting. And now I was just like, what sort of things do I like? Would I feel interested in reading at all? Yeah. And so that's why I made the selection. So Family by J. California Cooper. This will stay here. Let's put it here. Let's put it there so you know the ones that I've looked at. So these are the ones that feel like autobiographical. Now the second book my dad has I took from yesterday, not to but I gave him to read here, is one by a man called Michael Hanke, and it's autobiographical. It has journals, entry, and whatever. It seemed interesting. I was like, okay, I want to read this. But my dad was like, oh, I like this. I'm like, okay, fine, read and give it to me. So anyway, the second one that feels kind of autobiographical is this one by Philip Roth, American Pastoral. Obviously fictional. Why I was captivated by this picture. This is so rural, like small town America that inspires a lot of horror stories and whatever. Like look at the Coca-Cola set and look at how it looks on the inside. This is such a pretty cover. If not for anything, the cover is what getting the book for. Like this is literal fire imagery, like a picture being burnt, yeah, which is amazing. And then all black of it all is so pretty. It's also signed September 2001. How the fuck? September 2001 was very, very memory time in American history, yeah. And it says here Francis or something. So secondhand books, the charm of secondhand books is like opening a time capsule and meeting people that you don't know through their words, through their letters, which is, I feel like this is just awesome. September 2001, what are the odds? Like, I wonder what the story could be about. Like, there's no real summary, there's just a blurb of the author, like a small intro of the author. This is Philip Roth. Should I read his story out? Philip Roth has won America's 4 major literary award before his last 5 books: Patrimony, won the 1991 National Book Critics Circle Award, Operation Shylock, 1993 Penn Faulkner Award, and Sabbath Theatre, the 1995 National Book Award. 1995. American Pastoral, the 1998 Pulitzer Prize in Fiction. I think like when I saw this award was when I decided to buy the book. In fiction, Philip Roth was born in Newark, New Jersey in 1963. He was educated at the Bucknell University and University of Chicago. Since 1972, he has lived in Connecticut. Okay, so I'm looking forward to reading this. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm expecting like you know the angst, the tragedy. I'm just expecting a lot of pain from this book, and I'm excited to read it. So for the first time in my whole life, I think I've read something like this when I was very very young, but I don't remember the name. I don't remember the title, so I just read it. But now I literally found something special. Now this the unique thing about this bookstore owner is that when you enter his shop, yeah, you think it is own. You think like, what the fuck is going on? Like there's tons of Bibles, yeah, Bibles, different kinds of Bibles, different kind of devotionals, like just Bibles, and it's so freaking annoying, yeah. Because like, how many? Why the Bibles? Like, why do you want to have a variety of? I think Bibles are a special interest, basically. Um, so but like, I've never ever thought of it. Yeah, never ever ever thought of it. But guys, I literally found a queer book in the midst of all of that. Guys, don't you think that things are actually just wonderful in this life? I found a queer book. It's not an indicator of his beliefs or what is that, but the fact that he selected it, because this man, every single book I pick up, I think when he was not there, it was his wife that was there yesterday. So, but this man, every single book I pick up, he has an idea of what the book is. He has probably read it at some point, like everything he knows. So it's like for him to give this book a chance, to enter his shop, despite the fact that he's a very religious person. It just in that moment, I don't know, it just feels felt so nice, in this environment and all of that. Anyways, the queer book I'm talking about is Just As I Am, and it is not just queer, it is color, queer people of color, guy. This is literally two men and a woman looking. I can't be too loud. This is literally two men and a woman, and Titus is just and she's looking in until they're like having this tender moment. And in the light said, I was like, bro, I'm not living here without you. Eileen Harris. Oh my god, just as I am. Just as I am. Just as I am. And this is a man. It's written by a man. Of course, written by a man. Oh my god, this is so okay. Look at it. Look at him. Oh, I'm not expecting groundbreaking literature. I'm just happy to say that I have a queer book in my library. So Eileen Harris, look at him. Eden Harris is a former computer sales executive with IBM and an honors graduate of the University of Arkansas, Fayetteville. In 1931, Mr. Harris made a career change and wrote a best-selling novel, Invincible Life. Invisible. I'm watching Invincible currently, like, ugh. Just As I Am is the second novel. An avid U of A Razorback sports fan, he resides in Atlanta, Georgia, where he's at to work on a new novel. Oh my god, I like the script. The script is so pretty. see, there's something about this type of books where the words fill the entire page. It's just like I'm just so proud of myself for picking this time out in the weekend to just go look for books, and I got beautiful books. So this is the only queer book in my collection for now, and I'm so proud of myself. I have so many ebooks on my phone. Okay, I read queer books like anything, but like having a physical copy of the queer book that I bought in this country, it is weird. Let's now go to just pure fiction. Yeah, books I felt that I could read because they're like very wise woman author coded, like, and there's no shame about that. It's just like there's something so whimsical about their view of life, you get. And it's not a generalization. It's just like, wow, look at somebody's worldview that's filled with so much stress and sorrows and tragedy that I cannot relate to, you get, that I cannot see and I cannot connect it in a sense, but I can actually read and enjoy. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that sounds probably problematic or if I'm infantilizing them. I don't mean to. I just feel like as somebody in this continent, this side of the world, whenever I read, because it's what I read mostly, a lot of Harley Quinns and all of that. And Harley Quinns, Nora Roberts, but I read also Virginia Woolf and the horrors that she can contort. I read Flowers in the Attic. I read those books. Flowers in the Attic, Pearl, what's the name of all those flowers in their petals on the wind. Yes, I read all those things. Like those are like horrible, like incest, abuse, all of that, like all of that in there. And it's like, it's kind of thrilling. It's interesting to read those kind of stories. It's also very triggering, but like it's also that they are good books, yeah, and they're written by people from a different group of like they're written by a different demographic of people that a different demographic of people for myself, yeah. And it's just so interesting, the lives that they live, the fiction they can create out of the life that they live. Grammar is not, it's not on my side this afternoon. Anyways, these two books, you're in the secondhand bookshop when you see books like this is just like, this is the meat and bread, this is the meat and sausage of secondhand books, washed up, torn, barely on the edge of coherence covers like this. This is why I didn't know about Kite Runner. Anyways, My Lies, Your Lies by Susan Lewis. One life destroyed by life. Freda has never shared her history with anyone before, but now she writes a story that has haunted her for 40 years about a 15-year-old girl falling madly in love with her teacher. This is why I got this book. This is why I got this book. One life destroyed by the truth. Hired by Frida, Jolie is there to help uncover what really happened, but as the story unravels, it ends in a way she never could have imagined. Uncovering the secret of the past comes at a deadly price. Now, this is me that I just read The Last Diary. I had a review of it on my page. You can go and look for it. It's about like I even made a whole essay about the whole theme of the story. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to make an essay about this book, but I'm eager because like this is a very very important topic to me. You know, very very. I like it. It sounds intriguing as well. So I'm eager to read it. So the next one is the reading group. Now look at this cover. Do you know how long it has been since I saw a book? There was one time I was a child, and I was a child, about like maybe adolescent or whatever, and my mom really saw a ton of secondhand books, like it was massive, plenty. This was that version I read Right House for the first time. Right House is a nice TV show, if you don't know, you can watch it. I read, like, it was that version I had. Do you know that? I don't know who was living with me at the time, but like they absolutely stole all of them, threw some away, and like I don't have any single one of them. But there was a book among the mix that I will never forget. It was by Nate Binchi, I think. How do I know? It was so melodious. Some people just to say Nate Binchi. And there's this, I don't know if it's what I'm about to say. There, this lady has a husband that is obsessed with recycling, and he recycles everything in their home, and they're trying drinking sewage water that's been filtered, and all this filtering and everything is done by her, and she's the one doing everything in the house, and they have a child, and he's just horrifying, and they're not in love, but she's stuck in the marriage, and the guy is forcefully making her like kind of a hippie thing. I was so bad at that time when I was young, I was very, very confused about love, my relationship, what together when they hit each other, like, it was also stressful, it was religion and all of that. So like I'm not like that book, but the point I'm saying is just that all of the covers, like the books were so I don't even like think of, because it's such a big loss. I don't know how they disappeared. I don't know how they got lost. Probably my mom gave it away, which I don't think she would do. But like somehow the books just disappeared. A huge collection that I could not sleep the night when she came back from work and she gave it to me. I could not because I was so excited to read it the next day, guy. And it was like Friday to Saturday. So imagine the joy of having a whole weekend to yourself, reading massive numbers of books. And they were not small books, they were big. Like, where are they? Disappeared, gone. I don't even know how they disappeared. I went to boarding school at some point. So I don't know, maybe I don't know. I just don't know. I can't say. It's just so painful. But anyway, when I saw this book, it just reminded me of one of those, like, it just reminded me of that collection, because most of the books have pretty pretty covers, quirky covers. Oh god, I'm just thinking about this one, about one lady that she was a New York writer and she was interested in love, and like I don't remember, so interesting. I can't even say it anymore. Like it's just whatever. So this book reminds me of that, and I'm so happy I got it. I wanted to drop it, but like, I'm going to get it. I have to get something like this. And immediately I started the book, I was like, yes, yes. I started last night or early this morning around like 2 a.m. And it was like, yes, this is exactly why I bought this book. This is the type of story I want to read, like as fiction. This is the reading group by Elizabeth Noble. It's about a group of women that come together, and each of these women come with their own story, their own character design. And the character design, I mean, each of them have weird marriages. Like all of their marriages are in soup. Like one is cheating, one cannot look at her husband anymore because they've been trying to have a baby for 5 years, and it has all ended up in miscarriages, and they more or less hate each other. The other one, she has a normal family, and by normal means that she's like the slave of the family, but she takes pride in it, you know. And then the other one is like she's a single mother of two kids with a boy and a girl, and the boyfriend she's dating just proposed to her, and she leaves the house, and her daughter goes into the bathroom and finds out that she is pregnant. So that's teenage pregnancy on the way for her, while she's contemplating wanting to marry this man. Like she can't decide if she loves the man or not, but the ring is very big and pretty. So all of them are coming together after Christmas, and they are reading books, every month. And the book of the month now is Heartburn by Nora Ephron. Now, guys, Nora Ephron is important to me in the sense, like, I only heard that for the first time this week. Early in this, when I started listening to the podcast, Celebrity Memoir Book Club, yeah. And this podcast is the most interesting thing ever, yeah. So, but they're talking about Pakapozi. I picked the one on Pakapozi's memoir, and Pakapozi talks about Nora Ephron, because Nora Ephron, I think she was a character. I don't know if she was the main character in When Harry Meets Sally or When Harry Met Sally. Like that's the one the film. And Pakapozi was in it. Like I think she was the Sally. I don't know. I've not checked. I've never seen that film before in my life. But they talk about it in the book club, in the podcast. And Pakapozi expresses immense respect for Nora Ephron, which is very unique because she doesn't respect anybody in her life, and she's very rude, and she's attached to male sexual predators. So it's very quirky and very interesting. I feel like people should check out Celebrity Memoir Book Club. It's very, very interesting. The podcast is so interesting. Like God, it's so interesting because when I saw Pakapozi in the White Lotus this year, I was like admiring her. I loved her. She was so cool. Like in the whole film stuff. So I was like, oh, I wonder how she's in real life. Like I wear her story. I feel like she's just so effortless grace in acting and bring the character to life was so awesome to see. And then when I now saw the memoir, like her memoir being put up as a topic on the podcast, I was like, oh, she's interesting. I want to know more about her life, how she grew up. And then I found out that she's a very weird person with weird characteristics, a weird personality, and also she's attached to male sexual predators. And then she likes Nora Ephron, and then Nora Ephron in this book I bought randomly at the secondhand bookstore that don't stock the same book, and I don't know anything about Nora Ephron. I go to open this book. It is a reading, and the book is centered around like a reading group. Okay, it is a book club kind of book, and the first book they are reading is Heartburn by Nora Ephron. What is my life? What is the simulation doing right now? Why am I in touch with the simulation? Why is the simulation so simulating right now? So anyways, I'll tell you how this book goes. So definitely I'm making a video on this book. Definitely. So yeah, look forward to the reading group. And I like the fact that I like the story. If I didn't like the story, it would have been bad. But I really, really like the story. I can't wait to see where it goes. Especially for the couple that has experienced several miscarriages, because like the woman hates him so much, and she's punishing him for something that's out of both of their control, and he's also like at his wit's end. He's tired, he has given up already. But his mother-in-law keeps on roping him in and trying to pressure him to stay in something that is no longer working. So like, yeah, I'm very eager to see how those couple play out. So my quirky books, I have 3 entries for my quirky books. The first is I found this copy of 60 Fairy Tales of the Brothers Grimm. I don't know if you can see, hardcover was not there. But guys, look at look at the illustration. Oh my god. Oh my god. The font. Look at the content. 60 fairy tales. I think I've read a lot of them. Even the list of illustrations are what do you call it? Outlined. List of colored illustration. Okay, let me now show you. You see, are you seeing it? You might not see clearly, but this is the best I can do. Oh, see the colored illustrations, you guys. Oh my god. I'm so proud of myself. Like I'm healing childhood, whatever. Like fairy tale books I didn't have growing up, but I listened and I watched a lot of fairy tale movies. I like the fact that I now have one in my hand, in my possession. Oh my god, this is so pretty. And I've always loved Grimm's storytelling. Like I've really loved remakes of their stories. No matter what, they always have this tinge of horror and disgusting kind of thing that you don't associate with a fairy tale, yeah? Because fairy tales are geared toward kids, so it's like the horror and all of it. Meanwhile, I think kids can do well reading this sort of stuff, fairy tale. Anyways, look at it. It's so good. I like it. I like it. So happy I got it. I've watched a lot of Jenny Nicholson video, and there's this review that she did about the rise of Hansel, or the rise of something, yeah. And it was about how she said she didn't like it, that it was really really bad, yeah. I think it's the one where they were confronting Palpatine, and it was one girlie like that was the granddaughter of Palpatine, and that she could not kill Palpatine because Palpatine said that if she does it, then she will be fulfilling her role as the way their line behaves, and she could not do it. And then she now like collabed with this guy, the other guy, the main Star Wars main character. First of all, I've never had any interest in Star Wars, but I like the way Jenny Nicholson's videos go. So I'm like, oh, anytime I'm like not sleepy yet, and like I have a lot of brain power, I just listen to her videos, and it's so interesting. It's so interesting. I just like the way she delivers the storyline. I've watched her Jeff the Killer fan fiction stuff. I watched the Josh Hutcherson in a island. In an island, yes. I watched it. I watched her video on that fan fiction. Like, she's just a wonderful YouTuber. So anyways, I was like, okay, she really likes Star Wars. Yeah, she enjoys. She has so many, like, when you see her narrating stories about Star Wars and things she does, like, you know that she knows her Star Wars. Also, her profile picture is not that Star Wars with what they call the, I don't know Star Wars lingo. That guy, is it Doom? Doom is not the Spider-Man. It's not Doom. This guy, that Vader. So when I went there, I could see him here. When I went to the store, I saw two, and I'm like, Star Wars. Who was it written by? I never thought of the author. Yeah, I just know this guy George Lucas is the director. I don't know, guy. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. There's nothing I can do about it. Anyways, I saw this and I was like, this is Chewbacca for sure. This is Davida for sure. Then I saw the one of, this is Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. I don't know if it's correct. I don't know if it's fan fiction of Star Wars, but they're using official. Look at the way this is even narrated. This is how Star Wars introduction whatever goes now. So anyways, this is not Princess Leia. Rise of the Shadow Empire. Shadows of the Empire by Steve Perry. So I don't know how the whole franchise goes, especially the writing of the books, but I'm very happy to see it. And I saw two. I was like the one of the Children of the Empire and then Shadows of the Empire. Not children, but like kind of like mentioning all those characters, yeah. And for the granddaughter of Palpatine was there, but I was like, come on, let me just read this one first, Shadows of the Empire. So if I have, some like cash falls into my lap, then I'll go and buy the second one. Like, I feel like I'm going to really enjoy reading this. Look at the font. Yeah, I like the font. So neat, so pinky. I like the font. The font is interesting. It feels like I would enjoy reading, which I definitely will. And then early this year, my big brother was like, Have you seen the gently? Have you seen the gently? Have you seen the gently? I was like, God, what is this? He forced us, so he forced me and my other sibling to watch it. And so we're like, okay, Thor, watch it. We now watch it, we're now obsessed with it. Although I've not watched it too, so don't come for me, brother. Don't come for me. But my other sibling that watches with me, he has completed season 2, and I was like, oh, you have to watch it. And then imagine a surprise seeing that it's actually a book by Douglas Adams, the guy that wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't have that book. I've not read it. I've not seen it. I've never seen any movie of it. So I guess that's another thing I have to add to my list now. Like pop culture classics. But like Douglas Adams is not pop culture, yeah. But I think there's so many references to his movies in pop culture that for me now I associate the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy as pop culture stuff. You get so, but no disrespect to him, yeah. No disrespect to him, just popular culture stuff, yeah. So I'm going to keep my eye out for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy when I'm looking for books. But I'm going to enjoy reading this because I've watched season 1, yeah, and I loved that. I was eager for season 2. So I was telling my brothers, I was like that. Imagine me reading biblically accurate, then gently. So, and then finally, the last random thing I got was this Hello Kitty journal. Now, the thing about it is that I didn't understand. There's a jacket cover that came with it, but I remember first I didn't like it. Look at how cute it is. Look at how the pages look. Somebody like a kid had already gone to town on this journal, yeah. But I think this man, he now taped it over with yellow cardboard. So when I was opening, I'm like, why is the yellow so jarringly different from the structure of the journal? Journal, if it's even set in like ugly colors, is so dull. Like there's nothing so bright and pink about it. It's just really fucking dull. I've already started writing on it. So it's just really fucking dull. And I'm like, I like this. I want it, yeah. And then, but when I came back, I was so pissed because I was like, this one was supposed to give me more discount because half of this whole thing is filled and they covered it up with yellow pages. And it's like, it's not telling me that, I know it's artistic stuff. I was like, which artistic stuff are you talking about? But my brain was not in the game. I was so pissed, but I was like, maybe I can manage it. So, like, you see the blue, like the child just scribbled all over it anyhow. I don't know if you can see it underneath. And they, the person that will be selling it, I guess, or shipping it out, just pasted yellow cardboard over it. It's like so insane. I'm trying to remove it, but I'm like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Like the other pages like this, yeah. And I'm like, why did I buy it? I don't know. I bought it because I was just in a Hello Kitty friends. I think maybe that's why I just bought it. Yeah, like for things like this, it's so cute. Yeah, and this is what the child did. So like, it's just what happens when you get stuff second hand, and it's like, I can't even be mad. I'm just happy I have something like this. Like, just happy I have it. And I'm going to enjoy writing on it too with my pretty pen. So that has been my. Like, look at the books. That has been my haul so far. That's been my video, and I hope you can join me looking forward to how I end up reading all of it. Thank you for being here. Now I'm going to go and eat lunch, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. The first book I'm reading, I'm already reading this. This is the first book I'm reading actually. Reading group. Like I started it early this morning. So I'm reading it. I'm so happy. Oh yeah. Bye bye. Bye. You're the nah.